Let's talk about the crude prices now, which are set for biggest monthly decline in 3.5 years. It's trading at a 7-month lows right now. Today, of course, after the European markets have turned around, it has been a bit positive, a bit of a green in commodities. But on a monthly basis, it still is negative. Crude is down 15.5 in the month of May. Same has been the case with gold as well, down 6% in the month of May, headed for a 4th monthly decline, and it's the longest monthly 4 months of a decline coming in for last 13 years. Data coming in from the Hong Kong markets also is bearish. Yuan-denominated gold trading in Hong Kong is down 78% since the month of Jan because of decline in prices. This gold for you, very, very flat, 1560 is just about holding. Let's get in then. Shrikant Jha, he's Managing Director, PJ Commodity Ventures Limited. He joins us, and Vijay Bambani, of course, continues with us in the studios. Shrikant, hi, how have you seen the crude performance for this month, and what's your sense as we get into June tomorrow?
I don't know. I mean, I think after maybe about 3 or 4 weeks earlier itself, when it started declining, we were expecting it to come down, and at this juncture, it is comprehensively down. There's no doubt about the fact that there's no downtrend. And on MCX, whatever prices you see could be because of the rupee, and that's the reason why it looks a little decent. But otherwise, it's only a sell, and I don't think there's any respite over here, because I think at this juncture now, I think on MCX it's somewhere around 5,000, and if you sell it, I think we are looking at 4,800 and below that as the next targets for it to reach. So by and large, I don't think there's anything much left in this on the upside, and sure, you will be seeing it coming down even further.
We've reached $88, Vijay. How much of a further decline? Do you see 85 reaching soon?
I think that's quite possible, Manisha. And I also agree that the MCX price is supported because of the rupee-dollar exchange ratio. Yesterday, I had recommended a short on crude, and that worked out pretty well, and profit targets were reached intraday itself. Now I'd look at fresh shorts. Come 49.80 odd levels, I would like to initiate fresh shorts in the June series all over again. Hold that short position with a stop loss at maybe 5010, 5020. I would expect the 4900 levels to be breached in the coming couple of trading sessions, barring unforeseen circumstances. The only reprieve that bulls in crude could possibly get from acts of nature would be the hurricane season, which is likely to be due in the next couple of weeks in the US. Barring that, I think the outlook clearly remains downwards.
Shrikant, coming to the precious metal prices, it hasn't been a very good May for them. The dollar has continued to move on the higher side. That was putting pressure. People were selling precious metals, or rather gold, because they wanted to fulfill losses otherwise. But at these current levels, do you think there's further decline?
There is. In fact, again, we were just talking about crude a while ago, and we were looking at these numbers, which are looking kind of inflated because of the rupee. And I think the next month contract is on. So I think we are looking now at gold at 29,700 and 500. Now, these look very good. But if you then look at $1,560, it tells the story that, it has been declining. And even though you may see such numbers, the trend is definitely down, and there's no reason actually to buy it at this juncture until such time that it stabilizes on the downside. So at this stage, I think this precious metal is, in fact, even silver for that matter, it's a sell, and I don't think there is any reason to buy into it.
All right, and the same has been the case with the base metal prices as well. You have copper prices which are down 11%, 3rd monthly loss coming in for that one as well. Most of the base metals actually have been on the lower side. Vijay, what's your sense at these current levels? Do you think it continues to be a sell, especially for copper?
I would think so, yes. Yesterday's shorts on copper also worked out pretty well for us. And I advocated profit booking at close to 421 levels, which was seen there. I would actually go out and attempt shorts at minor upticks, say close to 424 levels in the June series. I would hold these shorts with a stop loss at 426.5. My target would be 420 or below now for booking out on short positions, because I do feel in the absolute near term, unless copper goes out above 428 or 429, the trend still remains down. And once 420 level is breached, I think declines might just accelerate.
How about the other metals, Vijay? Aluminum, zinc. I mean, we have seen a bit of a decline in them as well as the month of May goes. But are you looking at some rebound, some respite into that?
I think so, yes. Aluminium, over the last 3 or 4 weeks, I have been recommending buys, and I would maintain my buys unless some critical support levels are breached. Let's not forget that the expiry of May series would mean that the June series would start trading with somewhat of a built-in cost of carry, which would show you some upticks which might just stabilize over the next 1 or 2 trading sessions, maybe by Monday, because there would be a weekend in between. So for high-risk traders who are willing to take a punt, I would advocate buying the aluminium mini series rather than the regular lots, because the cost of carry still needs to get settled down. I would buy close to 111.5. I would hold that with a stop loss at 10.5 levels, and I would expect to book profits between 112.5 to maybe 113. As far as zinc is concerned, I think zinc has been showing signs off late, although the trend is still not as mature underway as aluminium is. But I would buy zinc mini series also at close to 106.25. I would hold that with a stop loss at 105.75, and I would expect to book profits close to 107.5.
All right, so selling copper but buying into aluminum and zinc. Srikanth, how are you looking at this sector? Because we've seen declines into that for month of May as well. How would you enter into June now?
Yeah, actually I agree with Vijay's number, except that I think on the downside I'm a little bit more bearish than what he is in terms of the copper numbers. I think we are looking at 415. And also if you look at copper over a period of time, it has been stuck in this 450 and 410 levels or something like that. And we are now reaching the lower end of that range. But at this time it is showing a lot more weakness than it was doing earlier on. So yes, the numbers would be like we had something above 426. We would look at looking at a stop loss. But on the downside, I think 415 also is achievable.
All right, so more bearish than bullish as we get into June as well for most of those non-agro commodities.